Hello everyone, we are the Group 7 and welcome to our blog. Please like and share and subscribe and don't forget to click the notification bell para updated kayo sa mga bidyong ilalabas namin. Okay? So now we are going to discuss the specific issues in science, technology, and society. The information age, Gutenberg to social media. But before we proceed to our topic, let me introduce myself. I'm Andrei single from Marketing 25, and this is my group mates, Ronnel, Lander, and Rose. Yay! So guys, can you give some idea or background study about information age?
The information age, also known as computer age, digital age, or new media age. The information age is a historical period that began in mid-20th century, characterized by the rapid epochal shift from traditional industrial, established by the Industrial Revolution, to an economic primary base of information technology. The onset of the information has been associated with the development of the translator in 1947 and optical amplifier in 1957, the base of computing and fiber optical communication. According to the United Nations Public Administration Network, the information age was formed by the capitalized on computer, microminiaturization advance which led to motorized information and communication up border user with the society, becoming the driving force for social evolution.
Information age. Before the rise of computers, information was being spread out using printout materials. Johannes Gutenberg, a German blacksmith and a publisher who introduced movable types of printing in Europe, established what we call Gutenberg era, which is responsible for shaping the nature of societies and its underlying institution. In this period of time, Gutenberg principle was formed, and that principle is stated as the massive distribution of information in an expensive manner because it is an institutionalized.
So the information age is a historic period of time where the traditional industry evolved or shifted to industrial revolution. We may say that we are in the information age where many opportunities open to us and informations too. So this is developed through industrialization. The digital age welcomes us to the computers and technology, providing us to share information quickly and easy. So let's move on to the pre-Gutenberg world. So during the time when printing press was not yet available, information could be processed in a tedious manner. Books were written and produced by hand. So sobrang hirap talaga kapag gumagawa sila ng libro nung time na yon kasi wala pa yung printing press so kailangan mano-mano talaga. Kapag gagawa ka ng libro, kailangan sulat mo talaga gamit yung kamay mo. So sobrang hassle nun, sobrang matagal na panahon bago mabuo yung libro. Alright, so they were made in a surfaces of clay, wax, papyrus, and parchment. So dito sila nagsusulat, dito sa clay kung makikita nyo, yan. Tapos dito sa wax, and then dito sa papyrus, ito yung halaman na ginagawa nilang paper. Kino-convert nila to into a paper para dun sila magsulat. Papyrus, 'di ba? Papyrus, paper, 'di ba, magkatunog. Kaya papyrus yung pinangalan dito sa halaman na to kasi naidisenyo siya para i-convert into a paper, 'di ba? Magkatunog, papyrus, paper, 'di ba? And then next, etong parchment. Itong parchment naman, ito yung pinakamaganda para sa akin. Pinakamaganda sa lahat kasi isang buong na siya isang buong paper na siya, isang buong papel na siya. So maganda na yung pagkakagawa dito sa parchment. So parang nag-evolve din siya, clay into a parchment, di ba? Nag-evolve din siya. So the hand-produced books and other reading materials were restricted only to those people who can afford to buy these materials, called as the elite group of people.
So hindi lahat ay nakaka-access ng information dahil tanging mga mayayaman lamang ang mga may kayang bumili nito.
And based on my research,
So yun siya na to, nagpagupit kasi ako eh.
information was relayed to another through a word of mouth channels. And the transmission of knowledge thereafter had to rely on purely word of mouth channels. And the form of information that has prevalent was therefore the story. So ganun, nagsisircularize yung information that time if hindi sila nakaka-access ng mga libro and other reading materials.
Okay, so let's move forward naman to the Gutenberg Revolution. So in the Gutenberg Revolution, printing press was already invented.
The printing press is known as one of the most influential events of the Renaissance. The printing press is an apparatus that applies pressure to an ink surface, resting upon a print medium, such as paper or cloth, which then transfer the ink to the printer. This machine was generally used for text, words, and writing.
On Gutenberg Revolution is a term used to express democratizing effects of the invention of the printing press among the society. Democracy was born through the invention of the printing press and the effects it had on society. It allowed the people to have voice who aren't able to spread their message before.
And also, it allowed people to read Bible in their own language. Information, leaving intrigue to their interpretation. The printing press made literature possible as well. Printed text through people, the discipline of literacy. A powerful tool used to understand text, basic communication.
So ang kagandahan nitong printing press noong panahon na iyon, mas napapadali yung paggawa nila ng books, libro, at mas napapadali yung pag-imprenta nila ng information kumpara dun sa ginagamit nila dati tulad ng clay, wax, papyrus, at parchment. At dati bago ka makagawa ng libro, kailangan mo pang isulat. So sobrang hassle nun. Kaya sobrang laking tulong ng printing press that time. Mas napapadali yung pagpapakalat nila ng informations at mas maraming tao ang nakakakuha ng mga iniimprenta nila gamit ang printing press.
Nung time naman na na-invento yung printing press, mas naagawa sila ng ng mas maraming kopya kasi mas madali siyang ikalat kasi mas movable yung printing press. Yun yung gamit nila. So, pwede nilang i-arrange ulit yung mga words and mas marami silang magagawang mga copy.
So, mapunta naman tayo dito sa post-Gutenberg world. Dito na-imbento na ang computer at internet. This era can be described as the emergence of the internet and the World Wide Web. This paved the way to the possible uploading and downloading of all forms of media instrument, such as video, audio, and image. It enabled people to publish or spread the information.
And this is also the rise of digital age. With the advent of modern technology, printing press are not the only tools used in spreading information. Nowadays, information is readily available to pass from one individual to another, from here to even far away place.
Kasabay ng paglabas ng computer, meron na ring internet during that time. The internet developed in California. In the US, in the late 1960s, the internet is mostly used by scientists to communicate with other scientists. Si Vinton Cerf and Robert Kahn, sila yung mga taong nasa likod nito. Kasi it was a government-controlled project until 1984 and its first countered problem in using it was the speed. The development of fiber optics allowed the billions of bits of information to receive every minute, and the company named Intel was the companies that developed faster microprocessor like i5 and i7 that can process any data very quickly.
So, tama rin yung sinabi nila.
So sa paglabas ng computer at internet, sunod-sunod na yan eh. Naimbento na rin ang yung World Wide Web, yung sabi ko kanina. Naimbento na commonly known as WW. Ito yung lagi nating nakikita kapag nagbo-browse tayo. Tapos sumunod naman na lumabas or naimbento ang electronic mail or email. Kasi dati telegrama pa lang yung ginagamit eh. At kailangan mo pa talagang maghintay ng matagal bago mo makuha yung sulat mo. Sobrang hirap, maghihintay ka ng 2 to 3 months kapag ka may hinihintay kang sulat. So sobrang sobrang nakakabagot siya. Sobrang hassle. Para mawawalan ka din ng ganang maghintay eh. Kasi sobrang tagal talaga dumating.
Oo, tol. Kasi naalala ko pa dati, may kasulatan ako, taga-ibang bansa. Minsan nakakanis kasi sabik na sabik ako mabasa yung sulat niya. Ayan, tagal dumating yung kartero. So nawawala yung excitement ko.
Talagang mahirap, tol. Sobra, grabe. Kasi naranasan ko din yan eh. Yung dating girlfriend ko, taga India. So sobrang hassle talaga. Kasi ang tagal dumating nung telegrama. Minsan naliligaw yung kartero eh. Nalilito din siya kung saan niya ba i-deliver yung telegram. So sobrang hassle. So hindi nagtagal. Kasi ang tagal dumating ng mga sulat. So ang nangyari, nag-break kami ng girlfriend ko na taga India. So nung panahon na yun, sobrang umiyak ako kasi sobrang na-hurt ako eh. So ang sinisisi ko pa dati yung kartero. Kasi akala ko hindi niya ibibigay agad eh. Akala ko pagkabigay ko ng sulat, ma-receive niya tapos susulat din siya sa akin tapos maibibigay agad. Pero hindi pala eh. Talagang matagal talaga yung proseso niya. So sobrang hassle. So ngayon kasi digital age, madali na siya. 'Di ba? Mag-i-email ka lang, ma-receive mo agad mga wala pang 5 seconds. Ma-receive mo na agad. So maganda tong nangyayari ngayon kasi lahat tayo nakikinabang dito.
So hindi na siya hassle kasi anytime pwede mo nang ma-receive if ever na may letter using the electronic mail or email sa tulong din ng internet syempre.
So next, Messenger. So guys, what is Messenger?
Messenger is originally developed as Facebook chat in 2008 but changed its messaging service in 2010. An instant messaging service and software application, this can be used to send message to other people through written message, voice calls, or video calls. Then later, could be in a one-to-one interaction or even in a group conversation. Maganda rin kasi yung features ng Messenger kasi pwede na kayong gumawa ng group chat or group room. And dito na lang din kayo mag-usap lalo na ngayon, syempre online nga tayo kasi pandemic, 'di ba? Hindi tayo makapagkita-kita. So helpful talaga siya. Hindi lang din naman sa ating mga estudyante, syempre sa lahat din, lalo na sa mga may kapamilya sa abroad, 'di ba?
At saka sobrang nakakatulong siya ngayong panahon ng pandemic. Kasi lalo na ngayon, online class tayo.
Hindi lang yun. Pwede ka rin maligaw gamit Messenger. At ang dami nagkakatuluyan dahil sa Facebook at Messenger. Kahit hindi mo kakilala, pwede mo na i-chat. Dahil nga sa Facebook at Messenger, pwede mo siya kamustahin as friend or ligawan.
Ayos yan ah.
Agree ako din. Tama yun, tama.
Para sa akin, ito yung ito yung pinaka maganda sa lahat. Ang Messenger. Kasi kahit malayo ka, pwede mong kausapin yung gusto mong kausapin through video call. Kasi kahit nasan ka man, basta may cellphone ka at meron kang data, at the same time pwede mong kausapin yung gusto mong kausapin. Kunyari yung mama mo, 'di ba? Nasa abroad yung mama mo, may cellphone ka. So, pwede mo siyang kausapin. So, parang na rin nag-uusap kayo ng personal kasi video call, 'di ba? Hindi tulad dati. So, mapunta naman tayo sa Facebook. So, yung Facebook 2004 meron na. Pero hindi pa siya ganoon kasikat that time. Kasi mga 2011 doon na ako nagka-Facebook eh. Hanggang sa maging popular na siya sa lahat. Kasi nung una nakaka-addict talaga siya. Parang nagiging ignorante ka. Parang gusto mo araw-araw kang mag-upload ng mga pictures mo, 'di ba? Tapos may 2 or 3 kang likers kahit na hindi mo naman kakilala. Sobrang nakaka-excite. Naalala ko pa dati, hindi pa uso ang cellphone. Wala pang Android nun. So, sa mga computer shop pa lang uso nun. Kapag mag-upload ka pa ng pictures mo, ewan ko kung naabutan nyo to. Yung manghihiram ka pa ng card reader sa may-ari ng computer shop. Tapos ikaw, isasalpak mo yung memory card mo, tapos i-upload mo na sa Facebook. So, nung panahon na yun, sobrang hindi pa ganun ka popular ang Facebook kasi wala pang mga cellphone, wala pang mga Android nun, no? So, ayun. Maganda nung panahon na yun. Exciting. That time na parang hindi pa ganun ka-uso.
Nakakatulong din siya kapag may business ka. Kasi pwede mong i-promote yung product mo using this application.
Ang maganda rin kasi sa Facebook, parang nagbo-boost siya ng information na hindi natin naasahan. Kunyari may concert si Snoop Dogg. May concert si Snoop Dogg dito sa Pilipinas. Pero hindi natin alam. Tapos may biglang nag-post nang magkaroon ng concert si Snoop Dogg yun. Yun yung kagandahan ng Facebook. Nakakakuha tayo ng iba't ibang information sa iba.
So, next naman is YouTube. Ang maganda dito kay YouTube, para siyang TV na maliit. Itong YouTube, para siyang TV na maliit. Kasi kung yung naipapalabas sa television, sa TV, naipapalabas din sa YouTube. Kung minsan, mas nauna pa ngang may palabas yung mga dito sa YouTube compared dun sa mga television. Tsaka yung mga hindi mo napapanood sa TV, is pwede mong mapanood dito sa YouTube. Kunyari mga news, 'di ba? Meron sa TV, meron din siya sa YouTube. Naipapalabas din siya sa TV, napapalabas din sa YouTube. Yung mga movie, ganun. Mga comedy, mga action, drama na napapanood natin sa TV, napapanood rin naman natin sa YouTube. So, search mo lang siya, tapos lalabas na. So, maganda.
Ang kagandahan ng YouTube, every time na manonood ka ng video, meron kang makukuha ibang information base sa pinapanood mo. At hindi yun basta mawawala sa isip mo. Balita man yan o pelikula or kahit mga music, di basta-basta mawawala yun sa isip mo.
And hindi lang yun, madami ding yumaman gamit ang YouTube tulad ng mga vlogger, singer, and kung minsan sa sobrang popular na nila, kinukuha na sila ng iba't ibang network para na rin, mag-artista na rin.
Minsan nga wala na nanonood ng TV. Sa YouTube na lang sila nanonood. Kasi kung ano yung information na makukuha mo sa television is ganun din sa YouTube. Minsan nga yung mga gusto mong panoorin na hindi mo mapanood sa TV ay pwede mo mapanood sa YouTube.
So, next naman is Google.
Google, Larry Page, and Sergey Brin, both PhD students and Stanford University developed Google as the research project in 1996. The domain Google.com was registered in September 1997 and now the most used search engine in the World Wide Web. It offers us a variety of features beyond searching for words. This may include synonyms of the word meaning, time zone, map, weather forecast, score, calculation, and etc. And also for research or journal article as a reference for needs and dissertation. Yahoo in Japan is one of the most big competitors of Google.
Ang Google ay isa lamang sa mga search engine sa World Wide Web. Para sa mga estudyante, mahalaga ang Google at iba pang search engine sapagkat papadali nito yung mga pagsasaliksik ng mga datos at impormasyon ng mga estudyante na kailangan nila para sa mga kanilang aralin at assignment. Kaya sobrang ganda ng Google na na-invento yan.
Para sa akin, ito yung sobrang legit ng Google Lalo na pagdating sa information, yung gusto mong makuhang information. Kasi kahit isang info lang yung gusto mong makuha, ang daming lumalabas. Sobrang dami. Para sa akin, may tuturing ko itong Google na isang electronic library na anytime pwede mong gamitin kapag may nais kang malaman na information. Kung gusto mong magbasa ng libro, punta ka sa Google, search mo, makaka-access ka talaga. Pwede rin sa mga magazine, mga newspaper, article, nasa Google lahat. Isang search mo lang. At lalo na pagdating sa school, minsan yung iba hindi na nag-e-effort gumawa ng mga activities Kasi isang search lang sa Google, tapos na. Edit mo na lang, tapos ipapasa mo na. So, yun guys, yung Google para sa akin isang electronic library na kung saan hindi mo na kailangan pumunta sa library kasi modern na search ka na lang diyan, 'di ba? So ang ganda niya, maganda siya para sa lahat. Parang parang na set up na ganito yung mangyayari in the future, 'di ba? Yung parang hindi na mahirapan yung mga tao, 'di ba? Kasi yung technology ngayon ibang-iba na, sobrang layo na compared dun sa dati. 'Di ba nagsimula tayo sa sa information, nagsimula sa clay, 'di ba? Hanggang sa papyrus, parchment, dun lang sila nagsusulat. Hanggang sa na-invento yung printing press. So lahat nag-evolve hanggang sa ngayon digital age na tayo, online na lahat. So sobrang galing lang. So para sa akin malaking bagay yung mga nagawa nung nauna, no? Kasi kung walang luma, walang bago. 'Di ba? Ganun lang 'yon. Wala sana tong mga nakikita natin ngayon, mga natatamasa natin kung walang nauna, kung walang luma. 'Di ba? Parang nag-evolve din siya, ganun. Nag-evolve talaga. So maganda 'to para sa atin lahat. At mas pa 'to, yung information na natin, mas mag-evolve pa 'to. Mag-evolve pa talaga 'to. Sobrang maganda, sobrang masaya lang ako kasi ganito na yung natin yung mga ginagawa natin, hindi na tayo nahihirapan, 'di ba? May technology na, 'di ba? Hindi na mahirap para sa atin. So ayun lang guys. So maraming salamat po sa mga nanood. At muli po, kami po ang Group 7. Sana po nag-enjoy kayo. Don't forget to to click the notification bell para updated kayo sa mga vlogs na ilalabas namin, 'di ba? At marami pa kami lalabas. Okay, so thumbs up sa inyo lahat. Salamat po sa mga nanood at may pagpalain nawa tayo ng ating mahal na Panginoon. God bless po sa atin lahat at mahal ko po kayo. I love you very much. At sa mga grupo ko, thank you at successful itong podcast natin. So, salamat sa inyo. Mahal na mahal ko kayo. God bless po sa inyong lahat. Yan po.
The evolution of communication.
What differentiates us human from animals is the way we communicate with each other. Here we will show you a brief history of how communication system evolved. The whole journey of communication started with the cavemen. The cavemen used to gather around fire to discuss their day-to-day activities. We can compare this to modern-day social networking sites such as Facebook. The one sudden day they decided to record their activities or knowledge. The cavemen then started to inscribing on the caves. We can compare this to modern-day blogging. The problem with this communication method was it was localized. When people started moving out of the cave, long-distance communication became very important.
Smoke signal. This was the first long-distance communication. It was used in Northern America where each tribe has its own signaling system. A smoke from top of the hill signified danger. Smoke signal was also used in ancient China. The soldiers stationed at the Great Wall would alert for danger using smoke signal from tower to tower. In this way they could transmit message as far as 750 kilometers within a few hours. The smoke signal is still used in Vatican to indicate the selection of new pope.
Pigeons. Due to their natural homing ability, pigeons were extensively used for long-distance communication. The pigeons were used by Persians, Romans, Greeks, Mughals. In 19th century, pigeons were also used to transmit stock quotations from one city to another. Cherami, a homing pigeon, was awarded the French War Cross for her services during World War I. TV series Game of Thrones has shown the use of raven instead of pigeon for long-distance communication.
Pony Express. From ancient time, kings have been using human messenger to relay messages. Pony Express was a first of its kind mail service delivering messages, mails, newspapers and small packages by horseback using small relay stations. It is regarded as the first courier service. It was used in the mid-19th century to communicate between East Coast and West Coast of America.
Semaphore flag. Semaphore flag was used in maritime during the late 19th century. The word semaphore is derived from Greek word sema meaning sign, and pharo meaning bearer. It is the telegraphy system conveying information at a distance by means of visual signals with handheld flags, rods and disc. It is still used during underway replenishment at sea and is acceptable mode of communication for emergency.
Telegraph. Telegraphy was the greatest breakthrough in the field of communication. Although the smoke signal and semaphore flags were different form of telegraphy, but the harnessing of electricity in the late 19th century gave birth to electric telegraphy. Morse code is still used globally as a mode of communication. Till a couple of decades ago, telegraphy was the most popular form of long-distance communication. The US discontinued the use of telegraph in 2006. India's BSNL-owned telegraph service ended in 2013. It was reportedly the world's last existing true electric commercial telegraph system.
Radio. The term radio in Latin means beam of light. In 1864, James Clerk Maxwell showed mathematically that electromagnetic waves could propagate through free space. The effects of electromagnetic waves were observed before and after Maxwell, but no one could detect its presence. In 1886, Heinrich Hertz established the existence of electromagnetic waves. In 1888, he demonstrated that one could produce and detect electromagnetic waves, which we today call as radio waves. In November 1894, Jagdish Chandra Bose at Town Hall of Kolkata ignited gunpowder and rang a bell kept at a distance using microwave. During the same time, an Italian scientist Guglielmo Marconi made an electric bell which went off during lightning. This was just the beginning of a whole new era of distant communication. Early 20th century radio system transmitted message using continuous waves only. Amplitude modulation was demonstrated for the transmission of voice and music, but with little success. World War I accelerated the development of radio for military communication. After the war, commercial radio broadcasting began in 1920 and was a big hit. World War II again accelerated the development of wartime purposes for aircraft and land communication.
Telephone. Until now, real-time communication was confined to diplomatic purposes or for broadcasting. Still, telegram was the fastest one-to-one communication used by common people. In 1876, Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. At first, the benefits of a telephone exchange were not exploited. Instead, telephones were leased in pairs to a subscriber, who had to arrange for a telegraph contractor to construct a line between them, for example between a home and a shop. It was a luxury that only rich people could afford. Later, telephones took advantage of the exchange principle already employed in telegraph networks. Each telephone was wired to a local telephone exchange, and the exchanges were wired together with trunks. Networks were connected in a hierarchical manner until they spanned cities, countries, continents, and oceans. This was the beginning of the Public Switch Telephone Network, or PSTN. The major progress took place after the Second World War.
So friends, here we have seen history of communication started from caveman to telephone. But this is just the beginning of a golden era in the field of communication.
In the